Fire signs, hey there. Welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. There are many layers of meaning in my readings. I'm going to touch on a few. It may or may not resonate. Try to hear me and feel me for best results. Sometimes the roles can be reversed, and viewer discretion is advised. All right, this is your love reading. We're deep diving it. Okay, fantastic. So let's do an overall card for each sign, shall we? And that'll be your calibration for today's message. All right, let us start with Leo. Leo BBO. Your overall message for this love reading is as follows. Death, transformation, death of the ego. That's important there, Leo. That's important. Death of the ego, being the sun and everything. One mustn't get it twisted, right? Like all the planets revolve around me. Everything revolves around me. Okay? That's no bueno, all right? At this moment, okay? In love, that's what it is. That's what it is. One must be humble in love right now, okay? All right, now for Aries. Aha. Speaking of love, Ace of Water. That's right. I heard Aries love love. That's what I heard. That's right. Absolutely. Don't be coming by our corridor of the motherfucking zodiac chart. Am I right? Because you're my sister. You're my sister sign. So we got this corridor locked down, baby. It's all about love. It's all about love. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. Lastly, but not leastly, Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, the ancestors say this. Stormy weather. Don't know why. Ain't no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather. Okay, sorry. All right, sorry. I have my 1940s Broadway shit going right there. All right, so yeah, maybe there's some stormy weather. Maybe somebody needs to put some respect on your name, okay, if you're a feminine. If you're a masculine, perhaps you need to put respect on someone's name. There may be some tearing and wrenching sensations going on somewhere in the relationship, stormy weather. And this also could have something to do with money or respecting a woman's gifts or respecting what women bring to the table or respecting that about yourself if you're the feminine. Okay, if that message is helpful for the masculines, go ahead. That's all yours. All right, so let us get down to the business. All right, what's the fire sign love story all about that you want to talk about, ancestors? It said fire signs. This is what you need to be concerned with regarding this love affair that you in. Okay, hard times. You're gonna get through it. You got the stuff. Using words to remove obstacles. Now, another aspect of this card, Aries, is being pressured to communicate, not from something outside, but from something inside. It's pressuring someone to communicate out of love, because of love, whatever. And then here we have removing obstacles through the power of the word. Okay, sorry. Ah, and the burnt ridge. My, oh my. So I get the sensation that each of these columns is congruent with each of the signs that I called out. That's the sensation that I'm getting. You know, like Leo, it would be a tough time for you to have to humble yourself, okay? No offense, okay? But because of sun energy and the, that sensation of everything revolving around you, you might find it difficult to humble yourself under those circumstances, right? I think that's reasonable. But here's the hard time card. You see what I'm saying? So there's a common denominator for all of you here. But Leo is bringing that energy to the table. Okay, same thing with you, Aries, here. Pressure to communicate the love, using words to remove the obstacles. You see what I'm saying? You see the alignments that I'm seeing? Okay, and then here, the stormy weather, and then the burnt bridge. You see what I'm saying? You see? Each column seems congruent with each sign, even though this is the common denominator. So now what happened? Let's go further. Ah, somebody is the master of their fiery emotions, okay? And perhaps you're being called to master your fire, okay? This may also be someone who's feeling uh, mm, unwilling to budge. That's the sensation that I'm getting, an unwillingness to budge. There's some sort of heat, because here we have a fiery volcano erupting, and then here we have someone who's made of fire baking in an oven. See what I'm saying with the fire? You feel me? Okay. But here I feel like this may or may not be you. This may be somebody else who's creating these heat, who's raising the heat, okay? Because holding they're holding the heat somehow. And so now you would have to reflect that back to them, that same mastery. See, it's like a challenge kind of thing down here. This is a challenge too. But here's a challenge. Like, I don't want to say standoffish or blocked, but it's something like that. It's something like like the way a bouncer is at the door. Like he's a watcher, he's vigilant, he'll put the smack down and lower the hammer on you. But generally, all of that's true before you walk up to the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing personal to you. This is just the dude you're dealing with. So that's the sensation that I get. Something is a hard time, and this is the dude you're dealing with, or this is the person you're dealing with. They're holding their fiery emotions, I'm gonna guess, because some shit is threatening to, explode, release. I don't know. Let us go further. Ah, 10 of Cups. So here in the Aries section, what Aries is bringing to the table for all the fire signs, common denominator, right? But what Aries is bringing to the table here is that if you want to have the 10 of Cups with the ultimate favorable outcome, you have to use the power of the word to remove obstacles. You actually have to communicate the love. You got to actually say it out of your face in order to get this ultimate favorable outcome right here. It looks like somebody needs the quenching because there's quite a lot of heat here. And this is not any kind of heat. This is very uncomfortable. This person has learned to live with that level of discomfort. They have the skill. You see what I'm saying? But it's not exactly comfortable to live in an oven, right? But this person has transformed and become something new. Johnny Blaze. Okay? I don't know if it's masculine or feminine, but that's the phenomena. That's the activity, like somebody now is the master of fire. That's their superpower. Okay, great. And I feel like they're challenging you to also have mastery. Because this person, this empty pot that she's holding, it represents not only the strengthening that she's achieved, but it also represents the fact that she's open to the possibilities, you know? But she is not warm. She is hot. She is hot. She's dangerous. So you want to follow the corridor that she's giving you, kind of thing. Same thing with this. Okay, this is my thugging it out card. You know, like you wouldn't want to be riding through lava in just any vehicle. You're going to need one of these vehicles that's specially made to deal with lava. Everybody in this boat is perfectly safe. Okay, even though they're sailing through very, very tumultuous conditions. Okay, so hopefully that's meaningful to you. Let's get a little more of the story. Somebody burnt the bridge with the high priestess. Yes, and of course, why do we, why is that significant? Well, of course, because the high priestess is she who knows. So whatever it is that you know, um, or whatever it is this person knows who burnt the bridge, the arsonist. Um, the arsonist is not the one who knows, or they know that you know, like that. They know that you know that they know that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? So the arsonist is the bridge burner, and then she who knows, whoever was on the other side of that bridge, knows what time that it is, and that's why there's stormy weather now. That's why somebody has to put respect on somebody's name here, this high priestess. Somebody needs to put some respect on this high priestess name. Okay? Absolutely, because she knows what the deal is, and that's why the bridge is burnt, because she found out whatever it was, or feels however she feels, and is well informed. She has discriminating wisdom. You see what I'm saying? So what she found out caused the bridge to be burnt. You dig what I'm saying? Or found out who the arsonist was, or found out, what this person was willing to do or not willing to do, or whatever it was. Whatever she knew, that's the shit that made them feel like, damn, I done fucked that bridge all the way up. Okay? Absolutely. All right, so let's get a little more. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somebody is a divine child of God. Amen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's why they thugging it out. Okay? Or somebody is thugging it out because of this divine child of God. They got to thug some shit out. The heat. They got to okay, so I get the sensation that whoever is the divine child of God starring in this reading as the divine child of God, this is the one that is the master of the fire, who's open to possibilities, but definitely not giving out no free chances. You dig what I'm saying? Because, like you could sail through, I'll let you get through, but you got to stay in that boat. Because if you come out here, you're going to be dealing with the fire. You feel me? Okay? So I get that there's an exchange of information somehow about this, not necessarily spoken. Okay, let's go further. Okay. Well, you could turn this into, or whoever this is, could turn this into a situation where none of the trouble of the past matters anymore in terms of, do you get your 10 of cups? But you would have to use the words to remove the obstacles. So now when we're talking about using words to remove obstacles, we're not talking about saying and talking out of the side of your neck and just saying whatever sounds good. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about using words as tools. When words become actions, when the words themselves are actions. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be just superficial communication. Like, oh, I love you. That may or may not be true. Anybody could say that, right? Or they could say a combination of things that makes it clear this person loves you. Like, oh my God, the things you do for me, you brought so much peace into my life. I can't imagine myself being with anybody else. You just uplift me so much, and you keep my head on straight, and you know what I'm saying? And then the words are actions. Then the words become, he just or she just showed me love. You see what I'm saying? And of course, there's still room for the words to become physical activities and, consistency over time. Of course, that is the completion of what they're saying. you know, but there's a way to use words as actions, you know, and then that can be a little placeholder giving you the opportunity in the time that you need to physically act it out, you know, because if it's true, it's going to be obvious pretty quickly. And if it's not true, it's going to be obvious pretty quickly. You know what I'm saying? Which is why people try not to make declarations like this, because then they know they got to back the shit up. Because you're going to be like, wait a minute, didn't you just say yesterday that, you know what I'm saying? So, right. Okay, so use words as tools. And if they're used properly as tools to convey love, then the 10 of Cups is able to occur. The ultimate favorable outcome is able to occur, and it doesn't even matter what happened in the past, because that eventually will come to mean nothing in light of these greater actions. Okay, this is deep. I don't even know what we're talking about here. Okay, but this is real deep. Let us go further. Looky there. And looky there. Somebody burnt the bridge with the high priestess because the high priestess was looking dead at them. So when they turned around, they was like, wah, wah, you know, bridge burnt. Here we have the Empress figure. Somebody stayed on their throne. Okay, they saw what happened. Okay, and they stayed on their throne. You see, they didn't, you know, come out of their face. As a matter of fact, they're the master of their fiery emotions. You see what I'm saying? Because they know eventually I'm going to get what I want ultimately, ultimate favorable outcome. I'm going to get what I want ultimately because God loves me. So it doesn't have to come from here. Maybe it'll come from there. You know, so they're pretty rooted in that. And they've already gone through the discomfort of adjusting to the fire to the point where now they're the master of their fiery emotions. So they've already dealt with the discomfort of dealing with the fire. So they're like, there's nowhere to go but up from here, you know? So it doesn't really matter if you burnt the bridge. It doesn't really matter for me. It matters for you, the arsonist, who has to deal with the karma and this stormy weather. You know what I mean? But I'll be fine. Hello? Up on the throne. And I'll be fine because I have connections. I have connections to the spirit. So I don't need that bridge. You know, I'll just pull out my chopper. You know, I'll just hop in my yacht or my boat or my canoe. You know what I mean? Like it's all good. I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen to you, the arsonist, but I'll be fine, kind of thing, right? Okay. Only because they're the arsonist, right? Do we feel this way? Especially if they have not yet communicated, right, Aries? If they haven't yet communicated, it don't matter how you feel if I don't know nothing about it, right? Absolutely. And even if I know something about it because I'm the high priestess, says the high priestess, you don't get credit for what I know because of the work I did. You know what I'm saying? You have to take action on your own to use words to remove obstacles if you want the 10 of cups, says the empress and the high priestess. Hello? Put some respect on my name. Am I right, Sagittarius? Hello? Right. Absolutely. All right, so let's go into the difficult time in thugging it out, but having the chops. Let's go to it. The ancestors say this. Okay, a difficult time because someone was deceived by the magician, by a magician, or by an illusion, or by an illusionist. We have an arsonist and an illusionist. I'm going to guess that's the same person. I mean, if it's not, you know, it still is all the same situation. Yeah, right. Okay. So somebody could have made you sick. Somebody could have given you something that made you sick, you know, and it was a hard time. It's a hard time. It's painful, maybe, or uncomfortable. Here, we're sick, we're getting well. Okay, here's the magician doing tricky trickster shit, doing magic, Somebody might be doing negative magic on you, make you sick, okay? Or somebody gave you something to make you sick, put you through a hard time, and now you got to thug the shit out, okay? Or somebody sees that there is a magician or somebody is being deceptive or presenting some kind of illusion, and they're just cutting it away instead. You know what I mean? And then they're just gonna thug that out. They're just gonna just sail on by in their well-built ship here and get through this difficult time that the illusion, the magician, the, you know, whatever the illusionist tried to achieve, or the sickness or whatever that it is. They're gonna just thug that out. They can now see the secret. They know the secret now. Okay, because we got the magician and the high priestess in the same spread, so we got practitioners on the board around here. Okay, unless this guy just represents the illusion itself, but this is an actor. This is a guy, a dude, a person. This is some sort of person. This is a character in your story, I think. Okay, doesn't have to be, but chances are. Okay, that's a character in your story, and something is happening here with the sickness and getting better, getting healed. And maybe somebody went through a whole bunch, you know, to cut away or get healed, and it was unnecessary, and now that made it worse, or made the hard time harder, or whatever. Get off on your floor. All right, some combination of elements around that. So let's talk about this fire master. What about the fire master? Master. Okay. Aha. Okay, so somebody may be controlling their fiery emotions, and kind of because they can see the deeper meaning, because they have love for this illusionist, okay, who gave them a hard time, or who made them sick, or whatever it is. I get the sensation that they have some kind of love or care for this person, and so they want to do the right thing. They want to do the divine work. They want to do it the right way. They don't want to just respond any old way to this situation, even though it may have killed them, right? Leo, it may have killed them to do that, but, but they're doing it because they want to do the right thing. They want to be right and correct with God. Amen. Okay, so maybe they're doing the right thing, or you're doing the right thing regarding cutting out what doesn't serve you. Okay, but sometimes the roles can be reversed unless somebody is cutting you out because you don't serve them, right? I don't know who the illusionist is, and I don't know who the arsonist is in this situation. This is very unique how this is coming across, because usually I would have some idea of what's happening, and I really have no idea what's happening here. Okay, great. Okay, yes. Okay, so I feel that the offended person is holding back their emotions and allowing the grace of safe passage. And the reason why they're allowing the grace of safe passage is because they want to be right and correct with God. And they are cutting something out before it becomes a problem. And I feel that, okay, this might be the same person. The illusionist and the arsonist and the offended person could all be the same person. That's weird. Well, anyhow, it's like someone did something and it was foul. Somebody just said, "Oh shit," in the background. Exactly. Somebody did something and they were like, "Oh shit." So they fucked that up, right? Whatever that was. And now I feel like they're trying to correct their actions a little bit, kind of thing. That's the sensation that I'm getting. Like they want to cut it out before it becomes a problem, as if they are the illusionist. You dig what I'm saying? Because maybe they created a hard time and they don't want it to get worse. I think I said that earlier on. Didn't I say that? They don't want it to get worse. Okay, so they're taking hold of their fiery emotions a little bit, because the deeper meaning is that's the right thing to do, because that's how to be right and correct with God. That's why one must stop creating these illusions or doing these little magic tricks or whatever the hell they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I get the sensation that this person is saying, oh, let me catch myself before this gets out of hand, you know, because they know that what they're doing is wrong. So they're trying to get right and correct with God. Okay. And so maybe the other person in the scenario, if there's another person in the scenario, right? Because this is the love reading. Um, the other person in the scenario may be holding back their emotions and giving the mercy of safe passage because they see that this backtracking is already being done by the illusionist. The illusionist is already kind of backstepping and backpedaling and getting their shit together and kind of looking at themselves and taking responsibility and inside themselves. You know what I mean? So if I already see you, cleaning or working your ass off to clean the floor, I'm not going to walk up on you talking about you missed the spot, right? You're already doing it. I didn't, you're still in the middle of it. So there's really no need for comment, you know? You're in the middle of it. So if it gets to be you taking too long, then I can say something. If it gets to be you think you finished and you missed the spot, now I can say you missed the spot. But if you're in the middle of doing it, there's really nothing to say. You know what I mean? Because you're still up in the grace period, the grace of safe passage. You're still in the grace period, so there's no criticisms to give. You know, it is what it is. They already having a hard time. There's nothing more. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's death, which we already have here on the board. Okay, but other than that, they having a hard time based on their actions. Now they're trying to cut the shit out, and cut the shit out is the best you can do if you're still alive. If you know, so there it is. All right, fantastic. So maybe the child of God was like, right, right. When they saw the backpedaling or when they saw the corrections being made, maybe the child of God just fell back, held their emotions back, and let the person just sail on. You know what I mean? Like, right, okay, yeah, right. Fix it. Exactly. Okay, that sort of thing. All right, so using words to remove obstacles, power of the word. Let's talk about it. Transcending our emotions, facing our fears, facing our demons, mm-hmm. being able to transcend a situation by transcending our emotions. You feel me? Rising above them, facing the doubt, you know, and just talking it away, just transforming the doubt with the power of the word. Mm-hmm. This is a healing. This is how you can heal yourself. Okay? Absolutely. It's a process. It's a process of healing. Okay? It's a process of healing. Somebody, though, is enchanted by you, or you're enchanted by someone. And maybe their words make you feel like you have the strength to transcend your emotions and face your demons. Or there's some fear that has to be transcended in order for this person to express that they want a new beginning with you. So they have to face their demons in order to get to you. It's like their demons have become your security guards, or vice versa, depending on who's the illusionist and the arsonist. Okay, so it's like somebody's demons have become like gargoyles guarding the temple of whoever is this enchanting empress, High Priestess mixture person here. All right, fantastic. Somebody wants to meet their obligations. Very nice. Part of meeting their obligations is the transcendence of the emotions and the facing of the demons. That's part of their obligation. Because they want the Ten of Cups. That's why. That's why. They want the ultimate favorable outcome. That's why. You want this love. So you say the magic word. What's the magic word? Right? Please, baby, baby, please. Okay. Somebody may want to marry you. Okay? Or somebody may feel like they look up to you. You know, they respect you. Put some respect on my name, right, Sagittarius? Okay? Somebody may feel like they respect you, like you serious business, you know, especially if you're the spiritual or the practitioner, because High Priestess, Hierophant, okay? High Priestess, Empress figure, working her magic on the surface of the river. You feel me? So that's pretty powerful. Two major arcana. It's high-ranking officials right here. Okay, that's high ranks. And then, of course, we have the Emperor figure here, and the Empress figure here. Okay, so we got the court is in session up in here. Okay, absolutely. Somebody feels that you are incredibly self-possessed. They would like to be like you when they grow up. They feel the need to meet this obligation. Okay, to you for this Ten of Cups. They want a new beginning. They want an opportunity to have this Ten of Cups. They want an opportunity to have new love with you. Okay, so let's go into the Prince of Air, the Page of Air here. What about it? Okay. Okay, because they never explained themselves, and they know that that pissed you off. Okay? They never really had a sufficient explanation for their behavior, and or they never tried to even explain their behavior. You know, so far in the past, as you know, up to this moment, which is why the power of the word here is at the top, and the pressure to communicate, you know, is what it's all about here in terms of the beginning of meeting your obligations. Okay, so that they made no effort up until this time, or whatever efforts they made came to nothing, because ultimately whatever they had to say, if they said something already, or the fact that they didn't say anything at all, it didn't have the healing effect. It didn't bond you back together. It didn't strengthen the bond. It didn't do nothing. Okay,